Take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52-51.
Got me in my hormones. All gas, no brakes. Score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit Dimitri and Mitches. CJ has never really misses.
You like that, hey? Yeah, it's good. See, you need that. So it's recording.
Oh, it's on. I can 100% it's on.
We're getting better.
You know what? Slowly. We have moved around quite a bit.
Hey,
think about it.
We really have. But
From
we're trying.
From the Alchemy to the basement to Zoom to now the UFC.
We're flexible. See, that's what it takes to be successful. But you know what else it takes to be successful? Making sure there's places for people to download us. Ladies and gentlemen, roster, welcome to the Sports Show. On our Instagram and Twitter, it's Sports Show YYC. Obviously, you're putting the @@ symbol. Do I really need to explain it at this point?
For some, you might.
Okay, @Sports Show YYC. The YouTube channel. Come on, it's a good thing. Just hit the subscribe button. Watch a video or two. We're not that ugly.
We know you're watching something, and you know what it is.
Yeah, everyone.
Creepy person.
Wow, you're YouTube scrolling, wasting 3 hours of your day. You can't waste like 5 minutes for one segment. Anyways, I digress.
Exactly.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the Facebook page, and also Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, CJSW, CJSW.com, 90.9 FM. It's a good thing.
Yeah, man.
But we're flexible.
We're flexible.
I know we've talked about this, but I get in these modes, and you more than me, I think, but I get in these modes whereby I'll listen, when you go on Spotify, for example, right? And it just reverts you to the the 100th episode before, and I listen to where we came from, and I laugh because the ongoing joke roster for us was this: we'd leave Alchemy Studios or we'd Zoom during COVID, whatever it was. And then our wives would make fun of us because they'd hear us being like, do you want to say it? Do I want to say it? And it was always, we thought it was the best episode ever once we left. And now I listen and I'm like, no, that was actually good. But man, it sounded like crap. This is the best. We're now at the best episode.
It just goes to show you need it all. You need what we have, which is the chemistry and the teammate effectiveness that we have.
Yes.
But then you need the technology too.
That's our secret sauce.
It's
our McDonald's. It's our McDonald's sauce.
Exactly.
It's not Thousand Island dressing. It may taste like it.
Speaking of segues into the topic, the banter of the week, I got to start with this.
What happened?
I just said it. And we've talked about it numerous times on this podcast. Me and you, we're wing guys. We feed off each other. We encourage each other. This week, if you didn't see it, I don't know how you didn't. Mike Tyson decided to lay a beating and a half on somebody.
Right.
On a plane. Why?
Yeah.
Because the guy, I'm sure you saw the video.
Yeah, but didn't he want it?
The guy need a beating?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy needed a beating because he was drunk.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was doing. He got excited. I mean, I probably would have been a little starstruck as well, going, wow, Mike Tyson is sitting right in front of me. This is exciting. But at that moment, I'm like, hey, Mike, nice to see you. If maybe I'll try to chat with you later, whatever. This guy was just hounding him and annoying him. It's the drunk guy on the plane going after him. Finally, I guess there was a water bottle that was thrown, hit Mike, and Mike turns around and just punishes this guy. You got beaten up by Mike Tyson. But the reason I bring it up, because I thought it was hilarious, his buddy happened to be sitting kind of across the aisle, the other side. Right. So he recorded everything. But when Mike was beating him, Buddy didn't come running in, Buddy recorded the whole thing. So to me, it was like hilarious. He's like, oh man, I'm going to record you. You're talking to Mike Tyson and blah, blah. Man, you're getting beat up by Mike Tyson. I ain't coming anywhere near you.
No, I read a report somewhere. Maybe this was just fake, but wasn't the guy asking to get hit? Like, wasn't it? Maybe I'm just wrong about.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what had happened was the guy's hammered.
Yeah.
And he's like literally sitting right behind Mike Tyson. And there must be in business class or first class on this plane because they weren't pods, but they were like kind of rounded off seats. So he's over on top of him. Hey, Mike, blah, blah. Like, and he's drunk. He's the drunk guy. Yeah. Hey, man, what's going on, man? Like, well, just super excited, happy, but annoying as F. Like, I'm watching the video and I'm getting annoyed, okay? So I can't even imagine what Mike and his buddy are like. Next thing you know, video, fast forward, Mike's literally on top of him. Somehow he's jumped over the chair, Mike Tyson, and he's just pummeling him. You're getting beaten up by the maybe scariest man to ever walk this earth at one time or another.
Yeah. I would wear that as a proud badge.
I think so.
You know, like, I hope the guy doesn't sue Mike Tyson. I hope they can become good friends and be like, hey, thanks. Like, what you did to me, you just made me the coolest guy in my group. And you know, you got to feel bad for these celebrities sometimes, especially when you're in the fight game, because when you get the drunk guy, you know, all they're doing is, I could take you, or you think you're so tough. I'm not saying this guy did that. I actually didn't hear the.
No, I don't
video.
think he said that. I think he threw a water bottle at him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be doing that. But the friend, you gotta admire. You got my back, right, dude? I was, you know
100%.
I was right about to make my move. Then you saw what.
But then I thought, we're gonna charge him, right?
Yeah. So
like, I got you.
Yeah.
So
you would have done the same,
right?
Right.
And plus, it was like I'd have to go over like in a round, and you know, and then we're all gonna get kicked off.
And
I
love how
plane.
excuse guy goes on the offensive. Hold on. You don't think I'm afraid of jumping on Tyson? I'm not afraid of jumping in on anyone. That would beat you up, Mitch.
It kind of looked like you were doing okay.
Yeah. So I said schoolyard rules here.
Right.
You know,
everyone stand back.
Okay, let him do it out.
You know, the pilot tried to come after you and I held him back.
You know what I love? If this was me and you on the plane, and let's be honest, I'd be the more likely to throw the water bottle.
100%.
And egg the guy on.
And I'd definitely be holding the camera and not helping you.
I could just see you not holding the camera, but phoning like PA and be like, dude, I got to FaceTime you. Courtney's getting beat up by Tyson. It's amazing.
Hold on, I'll get closer.
See, that's a sign of a good friend, is actually letting the game. No, I wasn't. What, you think I'm going to jump in for you?
You know what? In all honesty, to me, it was hilarious. It was just, you know what the worst part of is the drunk guy didn't think he was drunk. You know, drunk guy, like, okay, hey, airlines, you're making it, or we're making it mandatory to wear masks. Maybe there comes a point where you say, you're a little too drunk to get on the plane.
Yeah.
Drink on the plane, and we'll take it where it goes. But if you're really lubricated before you get on, this can't be good.
Listen, drunk person out there, here's a little pro tip. The moment you think in your head that you have to try to sound not drunk,
right,
you do, and you are.
You are.
It's like when we'd come and have to confront our parents, and we were at a field party or out at the bar, and you're like, okay, play it cool.
Yeah.
Play it cool. Keep calm. I did the mouthwash. First of all, no one mouthwashes at 1:30 a.m. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you go and you're like, oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, just me and the guys. Just, yeah, it just went, yeah, it was, you know what Mitch said? It was pretty funny. Yeah, he says hi.
Buddy, it's so bad. I have too many stories like that, and it's not good. And I'm sure if my mom heard this, she'd be cringing right now. Absolutely cringing. Listen, the NHL playoffs start next week. We'll start with a little NHL, but there's not a lot to report. I looked around. It's just a playoff.
We're in purgatory.
Yeah.
But hey, there is something to report. Did I call it?
You called it.
Did I call it?
You said it.
Say it.
I said you called it.
I said we said predictions.
Right.
We were at a prediction phase. You said what's most likely to happen. I went out and I said, my boy, the soon to be number one scorer of all the times, Mr. Alex Ovechkin, will crack the 50 goals.
Got lucky.
Mitch, did he do it?
He got it.
Did he do it?
He hit it.
He got it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I called it.
Ovi got the 50. That's the last time he hits it. It's the last time he hits it.
What?
I'm telling you.
Well, I'm calling it from now.
What?
You got your Columbus. I got my Ovechkin.
Fair enough.
We can ride into the sunset.
I respect it. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, the NHL playoffs will be set and ready. And Mr. Hockey Analyst, our own Johnny Hockey, the real Johnny Hockey, will be in studio next week, giving you all the good stuff to make your bets, make his predictions. Kid knows what he's doing.
This kid knows. You know what? And a lot of your roster have heard him already. He's amazing. But for those that have not, you got to listen to next week's episode, and maybe even through the playoffs. I don't know how often we're going to have him on. This kid is something else, right? Like we always have to remind everyone that he's got to be 13 now or 14.
I think he's 13. I think
13.
He's 13,
yeah. It was. I mean, we've had him on since he was 10.
Yeah.
And the way he talks about hockey, like his look in. Number one, it's not easy. It's not hard to make us look like idiots. But this kid is it's incredible.
So it's Greek Orthodox Easter. And I happened to see him. He was walking by me and his family yesterday. I go sit in a pew or something. And I go, hey, Johnny. You're coming in, right? He goes, yeah, absolutely. No problem. So he goes, I look at him, great coif, great hair.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to bring up to you.
Did he tell you that I talked to him last week?
He did. He mentioned, he goes, hey, he said it.
He did, because I saw him. Okay, good.
And then
so he mentioned my name.
he mentioned your name.
That's all I need.
But the one thing you know where I was a little nostalgic and sad yesterday? So church, so for those that aren't Greek Orthodox or anything like that, our church can go a little late sometimes, especially like tonight. It's supposed to be midnight mass and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, we're midnighters
And
over there.
back in the day, you'd come home after like 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 2, depending on what would happen. But there'd be one NHL game that went into like quadruple overtime and it would still be on. Till this day, I still remember.
Chicago, Calgary.
I remember actually the Islanders and Washington Capitals going, and Pat LaFontaine scores on Pete Peters. Yeah, they went into 6 overtimes.
Sorry, okay, you're talking late overtime.
Late overtimes, yeah.
Okay, got it.
But I do miss standing in the church and people giving you the updates.
Well, I remember back in the day when the Flames were in the playoffs, they were playing the Chicago Blackhawks. This was early. You know what? Call it mid-90s.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I remember, I believe it was Sarando, actually.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was him. Anyways, so in the church on the back wall, it was amazing because he had a radio, a portable radio, and he was listening to the game, right?
Amazing.
So you got the priest like, right? And then you have like Sarando. Looking in the bucket. Scores. No, it's penalty. 2 minutes. Okay.
He's the original podcaster.
He's the original podcaster. But one of my best memories was playoff time was always during Greek Easter, no matter what
that's
month
what I'm
in April.
saying.
So you come in, it's like, look, it's game 3, Islanders, Rangers. You put your bets in, you feel like a dirtbag. You go to church, you don't feel like a dirtbag. You come back, you win, you feel like a dirtbag. It's great.
I couldn't agree more, man. I couldn't agree more.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Exactly. All right. So with that being said, next week we'll really know every team and basically the matchup. So rather than go through it and predict and all that, I said, hey, there's other things we can talk about. It wasn't an exciting week, but I want to go back to the MVP of this year.
Sure.
I want to talk about who's going to win. I'm going to give you the 5 candidates, and there are truly 5 candidates that I think, even though there's usually 3 or 4 that they kind of choose to be in the running, I'm going to give you 5, but I want you and me to work together to sell why each one of these guys deserves it. We're sales guys.
Gotcha.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
All right,
get
let's
you.
do it. And then we're going to do one for the Norris because the Norris is a two-horse race.
Yeah,
and
I
that one
agree.
will be good in a minute. But
I mean, I did broker the Tavares deal.
You did. Absolutely you did. That's what I'm talking about.
You're welcome.
All right, here we go. Obviously, Connor McDavid, right now leading the NHL in scoring, 43 goals, 70 assists. What does that equal out to? 113 points. Why should Connor McDavid be this year's MVP?
Look, at the end of the day, number 1 is number 1. Okay? What did Reese Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. At the end of the day, listen, he is going to win it, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He should win it because he's been number 1 pretty much the whole time. Next to, well, really his counterpart.
We'll get to him.
At some parts of the season. But look, when you score over 40 goals, when you're leading the points race, when you pass the eye test,
right,
you're the winner. You are the most valuable player.
I'm also going to agree that if you're the best at what you do, why do you deserve not to win it every year?
If
you're the best of the best of the best, I know it sucks to see him go up every single time. I'm sure it sucked watching Dominic do it and Gretzky do it. It is what it is. You got to give it to the guy. I want to trade him more than anything in this world because I just want to see what I'll get. But the point of the matter is he the best player? Damn right he is.
Oh, listen, the last time I checked, there's no and alternative other sometimes world heavyweight champion of the world.
Right.
No, there's one belt.
There's one.
There's one strap.
Right.
There's one trophy and there's one name.
And one last thing. There's one guy that literally scares every defenseman in the league. And this is the guy. Mm-hmm. This is the guy. Mm-hmm. All right. I think good. Hey, that was good.
That was great.
You see that? Back and forth?
I like that.
All right. You got Connor. Well, second in scoring is a guy down in Florida. He's having a great year. He's ripping it up. It's Jonathan Huberdeau.
That's right.
Huberdeau. Why should Jonathan win it this year?
Listen,
by the way, 30 goals, 83 assists, 113 points, tied for number 1.
Now tied for number 1.
Now tied for number 1.
Well, now you're talking about a little bit of a different story, right? Now you say, look, Johnny, sugar, baby, honey, I see what you got working with down there. Right. I know it's been a lot, but this is also a team that's come out of the woodwork. And then I would say, you know why my client deserves it? Because the team did come out of the woodwork off the strength and the back of a performance and leadership of one Jonathan Huberdeau. If there's anyone that's going to win it this year outside of Connor McDavid, realistically, Mitch, it is this guy.
So I would say to you, hey, I'm down in Florida. No one knows I'm down here. I was up in Montreal for a little while. I was doing my thing. No one cared about me. I'm down here. Barkov's been doing okay. I took him to the next level. This Sam Bennett guy, he was lost in Calgary. Now look at him. Coincidence? I think not. This is why Jonathan deserves a little of, we expect the McDavid. We expect his buddy next to him. What about me, guys? I'm all the way down here. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it's beautiful down here. Yeah, they don't know who I am, but I'm still winning, aren't I?
Oh.
Number 1 team in the league. Well, kind of. In the East anyways.
Move over, McDavid.
Hey.
I think you just sold me, Mitch.
I think I might have just did
I'm calling it from now.
Well, if we thought he might win it, there's another guy that's jumping in.
Yeah.
He's here right now. He's in Calgary. This guy, Johnny G, the real hockey Johnny, I guess you can call him. 38 goals for the little guy. 71 assists at 109 points. I don't even know where to start.
Listen, it's very simple. Look, do you think it's easy being 5'2.5" and going into the NHL and weaving and wobbing? I mean, hey, there's a guy in Calgary that does a podcast. You know the challenges he faces trying to do a podcast at that height advantage or disadvantage? Look, you got people on stacked teams. Okay? You got people, look, the guy in Florida, who doesn't he have? And no one knows his name.
Exactly.
The guy in Edmonton, who doesn't he have? And they pay him all the money. But here's me. I just, I do my thing. I'm making everyone else better.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm as hot as the sea on my chest right now. Give me that award.
You know what, Johnny?
Pound for pound, if you put goals and points to inches, he wins.
By far.
He wins.
By far.
He's a ratio winner.
Here's a guy, they never took him serious. I get drafted late, way later than I should have been. I've won my college awards. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I come over to Calgary. At first, everyone's giving me a hard time. Yeah, sure, I liked to party back in the day. That was my thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
But guess what? You guys gave me a little money. I became a man, and I said, hey, 5'2.5", I don't give a shit.
Whoa.
I don't give a shit anymore. Give me a Lindholm. Give me this guy from Carolina. Not bad. I'll pass on the puck. Give me this other Kachuk guy. What can he do? Boom. Look at that way. Giordano, we don't need you. Go. Get out of here. I'll take it from here. Now look at me. At 5'2.5", I'm ripping it up. I'm passing the puck. No one can touch me. They don't even know I'm on the ice sometimes.
Whoa.
They don't even know. And I got this guy yelling at me from behind. I changed his mind. He likes me more than anybody now. Johnny Hockey for MVP.
Whoa! But how hasn't been in the talk for the last little bit is beyond me.
Well, I'll tell you why he's not in the talk, because this guy's been getting all the talk.
Go!
Hey, Toronto, lay off a little bit. We'll sell it for you. Here we go. Austin Matthews, 58 goals. Ovi, 50. Not bad. 58's better. 44 assists. He shows you. I don't like passing the puck. I like putting it in the net. It's Austin Matthews, the all-time leading scorer in Toronto. This team's going to the playoffs, and dare I say, maybe even take the first round. I don't know yet. I'm just saying Johnny Hockey will tell us next week. Austin Matthews is going to win the MVP.
Listen, Toronto, I don't know what you want from me, but the last time I checked, after you take your assets and minus your liabilities, you have what's called the bottom line. And the bottom line is I'm the top goal scorer in the league. So is it my fault that I got on to be in a team where everyone else isn't doing anything? It's not your fault. Do you think scoring 58 goals right now in today's NHL, if you prorate that, it's like I scored 100.
It's about 100.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm beating,
with inflation. That's 100.
With inflation, I'm scoring 100.
That's 100.
Dare I say 150, but you know what? Hey. I'm here to be fair.
Round down.
You paid all the other guys money.
Yeah.
You said that these 4 other people are on the equal playing field as me. I don't. That's. I
guess I'll score again.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Give me the puck. Yeah. No problem. Hey, Austin Matthews, time in, time out, goal scorer of the league. 58 goals. I don't know. Last time this happened was a guy named Steven Stamkos that got near that number, and I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I have one thing to say. Any guy that can make a guy named Mitch look good is an MVP in my books.
And that's why I'm the 5th man in the NHL, MVP. Look, I don't play hockey.
No.
I mean, it's Division 7 jokers. And sure, I didn't show up to the final playoff game when only 6 people signed in. But hey, I had things to do.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. I'm a heart guy. I'm a guy that shows up on game day. I'm a guy that takes people that don't deserve to be there and give them a spot on the bench. Let them talk with me. Let them be with me. Sure, they can't put their microphones on right. Sure, they don't know how to upload videos. Right. I don't know what this has to do with hockey. All I'm saying is Mitch sucks. I'm better. Give me the Hart Trophy.
This is why he should win it. I agree 100% with everything you said. There's nobody else that goes to Joker's hockey half the games. There's nobody else that chops up the ice when he's stick handling like this guy. No one else is always behind the play, and they're like, way to back check. But the reality is he actually never made it to the center ice to get to the play.
I'm life-changing.
MVP.
I think we have it.
Last one. There is one more guy.
I scored 3
because
goals
he's pretty
this
good. He's also with the Edmonton Oilers. He's like 4th in scoring. It's Leon Draisaitl. He's won it before. Right. 54 goals, 52 assists. I call him Mr. Keg because he's consistent.
Listen, everybody knows that you can go on a keto diet. You can go on the paleo diet. Hell, you could even do the Atkins like Austin Matthews over there and, do good for a little bit. But what do you really want?
What do you want?
You want a balanced diet. You want consistency. You want a little of this. You want a little of that. Oh. I'm doing both. I'm not getting here because I don't know how to pass the puck. I'm not getting here because I'm too scared to play in the hard places, so I'll just give it to the people.
That's right.
I'm doing both. You want a 2-way player? Hey, everyone loves a 3-way. I'm doing 2 of those ways. I should be MVP. Leon Draisaitl.
You won me on 3-way. Done. I got nothing to add. That's it. From there, I think we've settled it. I mean, that's your sales pitch.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
So take which one you want, use it at your discretion. You're welcome.
I'm 2/3 of the Eiffel Tower.
From there, we move over. From there, we go to the Norris, because this one truly is. It's a 2-horse race, as I call it.
Yeah,
you got Roman Josi versus Cal McCarr, right?
Yeah.
And Josi right now, man, I didn't realize how many points this guy's got. 20 goals, 69 assists, 89 points for the Nashville Predator defenseman. Cal McCarr, not too far behind, 27 goals, 57 assists on the league-leading Colorado Avalanche. I'm stumped here. I got to be honest with you.
I'll tell you one thing, and we're leaving out Fox.
Sure, okay? But these two are really...
I know, but you know what? This is the problem, because defensemen for this trophy rarely get graded on being also defensemen.
Right. Well,
and that's where I still think Fox should be in the mix, because he takes a back seat getting points. But, man, I'm telling you, when I look at a team like the Rangers... We talked last week. We think Shesterkin's going to get the Vezina Trophy.
Yeah, well, that's a guarantee.
That's pretty much a lock. Okay, we understand that. But man, when you watch this guy, what he's doing. Not to say those other 2 defensemen, but that's just me. I just, it just sucks that he fell off in points because the points doesn't give him the mention. At the end of the day, though, Mitch, truth be told, for me, it's Roman Josi, because again, I look at the team. I look at the success. I mean, 89 points. This guy is he not? Did he crack top 10 in scoring, or is it 15?
He's just underneath. Yeah, he's just
right. Yeah. So it's like, oh my goodness! Like, you got a defenseman.
Yeah, I know. This is why. Here's my whole thing on it. We've said it before on this podcast. The Norris has turned into the offensive defenseman award, not the defenseman award. I agree with you. But the reality is, one of these 2 guys is going to win it because of their offensive prowess. So I think Cal will win it only if Nashville doesn't make the playoffs. If Nashville makes the playoffs, then Josi will win it, and rightfully so. Because this guy's your defenseman, your captain, and he's your leading scorer. Too many, and where McCarr's got a lot of help and backup, and they're the leading team in the league. So he's got that all ready to go. But if the Nashville Predators end up making the playoffs, which it looks like they will, give the award to Josi. Because
the thing, too, is I'm a pound-for-pound guy when I look at this award. You got to look at the amount of work that it... Like, a guy like Josi has to put in more work to achieve that than Cale Makar.
Right. Agreed.
Okay.
But Cale Makar is a young... he's jumped into the league, man.
I'm not saying
he's not
he doesn't...
scared. He's just never
I'm not
worried.
saying he doesn't deserve it. It's
No.
That's where my head's at. I look and I say, man, it's like the Huberdeau thing, right?
Right.
Well, he's on a good team, too, but...
Here's the other reason I want Josi
you get
to
what
win
I'm
it.
saying.
Josie, I want to win it. And at the NHL Awards, which are usually in Vegas, I want his godfather and his 2 buddies. I don't know if you saw the highlights this week. They ended up going to Nashville. He's from Switzerland. They're in full ski gear, like the tighty-whitey ski gear. And they're sitting in the crowd, and they're cheering, and they're wearing the number 59 like banner thing that the skiers wear. If I just want him to win it, but his family has to be there along with him to accept the award.
You know what I love? I love how they just do it in Vegas. This is what I love about the NHL awards. They're like, look, guys, we found our spot. Yeah. It's our Boca Vista. Like, let's just call it a day. You know what I mean? We're just coming to Vegas.
From there, let's head over to the other league that does their award ceremony in Las Vegas, and that's the NBA. You see that? I waited. I set you up.
I know.
It was right there.
Say it again.
NBA. All right, first round, they are right into it. I'm loving it. So they're right into it. They're going into it. Let's go through it. It is. It actually is. All right, we got the Miami Heat and Atlanta. Heat were crushing it. Jimmy freaking Butler. 45 points the other night against the Atlanta Hawks. But guess what? Little guy named Young came into the league and says, hey, you're never going to sweep us. We're going to take at least one game from you. Buzzer beater yesterday. That series is 2-1. Heat leading 2-1.
You know what? I gotta give the Heat a little more credit. Yeah. I still think I called the Atlanta upset, but you know what? That's a good team.
They're better than we thought. We should have been paying attention.
That Heat that's a good team.
From there, it's your team that you called.
I want to bring something up with the Heat, right? And it's the coaching. Yeah. Okay. So you got to think like they won. You know when LeBron and Wade and Bosch, were there. Okay, clearly they had superstar team, and I remember everyone talking about. What's Spoelstra, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So everyone's talking, okay, well, you got to stack. I mean, come on. You basically got to give me. But you know what?
Yeah.
Those players are gone. New players come in.
Yeah.
And, hey, I got to tell you, he's a constant there. So there has to be something to said about this guy's coaching with the superstars, without the superstars. I'm just saying, give the guy a little bit of credit.
I 100% agree. He's a Pat Riley guy. Brought him in to kind of... He was originally brought in to kind of hold the fort, right? Like with the superstars, because you need that certain personality coach to be like, I got to deal with the LeBrons and the Dwayne. And
he's young enough to kind of,
he'll listen to them. They'll listen to him. But ever since they left, you're right. He's definitely kept that franchise a go. And number 1 seed in the East. They're leading that series 2-1. The best series is the one that you called last week. You said Boston's going to terrorize the Nets, and as the moment we speak right now, it's 2-0 Boston. You are absolutely right. But what's more impressive is that everybody on this team is scoring. Tatum 19, Holford 16, Theis 15, Brown 22, Smart 12, Williams, Pitcher, all over 10 points. When you got a team like that can come off the bench and you got guys that can just score over 10 points, no one can stop you.
You know what? Nobody can stop you when you're doing that. And that's what they're getting. They're getting consistency. And this is a really big this is look, I don't like calling sweeps, and I just don't think it's going to happen. But I don't. I'm watching the Nets play.
Yeah.
And unless they have one of those proverbial turnaround games,
right?
Is this really going anywhere, Mitch? No. Like they're just all over them.
Did you see the Kyrie reaction to the Boston crowd?
Oh, come on,
that was
man.
good.
Hey,
that's half the price of admission, right there.
Hey, Kyrie, honey, sugar baby, listen. You listened to the podcast a few weeks ago, didn't you?
I was gonna say
you did.
See? Yeah. He didn't listen because he ripped back. From there, it's Chicago, Milwaukee. That series now 2-1. You know what? This one could go 7. It just doesn't seem like Milwaukee's got their legs under them yet, but it's coming. And when they do, watch out because this is the team to beat in the East.
You know what? I agree. This is a good matchup for Milwaukee. For any team that is seeded higher, expected to win, to play a team like the Bulls. This is actually going to be tougher than they think. But you know what? It'll get them primed. And like you say, get their legs under them. You're right. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't understand. Team that won it last year. A little more salt. No respect for Milwaukee. No respect. For the greatest team in Wisconsin, which we've talked about as well.
Yeah. No respect.
From there, it's the team that Shaq called 3-0. My counterpart called it as well. He's on fire with his NBA and NCAA. I have to give you credit. You called that, by the way, on the podcast during Rapid Banter. You called Kansas to win it. It was crazy.
I'm just saying.
I didn't believe it. The guy hits it. I forgot to give you props on that. Joel Embiid hitting the game winner, 3-0 in a few hours. It's Toronto taking on 76ers. They're going for the sweep. Shaq is going to look, you and Shaq are going to look like geniuses when this happens.
Yeah, and they're going to kick the crap out of them today. You know what? I would laugh if they, I just think that Philly's going to get in there and beat them like 115-95.
Yeah.
Like just crush them. And if they don't, listen, Raptor fan, let me do you a favor. If they don't close it today, please just relax. This isn't the same Raptor team, okay? Just be thankful you're in the playoffs, okay?
True.
Be thankful you're in the playoffs.
I have to admit, though, the faithful was out in full force. Game 3 in Toronto.
It's a great fan base.
Crazy fan base. Outside, inside. Yeah, I hope they win one. I just want to see the guys that win one. It's been a while.
It's not going to. No, you know what? You got your championship. You're done.
Fair enough.
You're done.
Plus, Mike Lowry out in the Heat, he'll win another one. He'll bring it back to Toronto.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta be real, Toronto fan. Look at the team you had when you won. You had Lowry, you had Kawhi. Okay, one leaves 1 year, the other leaves the other year. Now, okay, look, Siakam, love the guy.
Yeah,
he's not a number one.
Spicy
P's not a number one. Van Vliet,
Freddie Van, is
he a number one? You're missing something.
Drake's doppelganger. Do you think if Drake suited up and said, "No, I'm Van Vliet," the people would believe it and they let him play?
They wouldn't know the difference.
They wouldn't know the difference.
No, I agree.
Like, what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? Like they look that much alike to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, the guy's courtside. The guy's a huge mega star, and he happens to be a Raptor fan too.
It is what it is.
Just saying, right?
Just saying.
All right.
Just saying.
Off to the West. It's the Suns and the Pelicans. A lot of people thought this was going to be a sweep. It's 1-1.
Listen, Booker's on the sideline. Big impact. But I got to tell you, I'll say it all the time. Chris effing Paul.
We'll talk about him.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a little harder for Phoenix to come out of for what they're used to, but I still think that they're going to do it. You know, I watched game 3 and it was, you know, the Pelicans were just having a really good game. I don't know if that's just not sustainable for them.
Yeah, no, they won't be able to keep it up. It's the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. 2-1 for Memphis. To be honest, this one's just, no one cares. I'm just going to say
Nah.
No one cares.
Does anyone care?
I want to see Minnesota put but the reality is the Grizzlies are good, and they'll move on, and then we'll talk about them a little bit more. But right now, I just can't get into this series. I can't get into it. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You know, like you have a lot of pillows on your bed, and you're like, I'm going to use this one for this. And then there's that one that just stays. That's this series. It's like, I don't need you.
Yeah,
just go there.
Midge, I mean,
I'll use you later.
It's like, look, our Easter's tomorrow.
Right.
There's going to be that one plate of food.
Right.
That no one's touching.
Yeah, great point.
You walk up, you go, look, I got the chip.
Yeah.
I got 4 dips in front of me.
Right.
I'm sorry, but this one just doesn't interest me. It doesn't have the look.
And what food is that? It's celery.
It's celery. Hey, once you bite into it, you realize, hey, where have you been? And it's a versatile thing. You know, it's a negative calorie count
I've
food,
heard.
right? So that number one.
Don't I know it?
You know, it's great. A lot of water retention can go with most dips, but again, you're just not.
Yeah.
You know, you're
not running at it.
You're not running at it.
Yeah.
You know, it's next to the cauliflower. And how is that a thing on a vegetable spread?
Like, who's doing this?
Okay, now listen. NBA, plate of vegetables, do me a favor.
Right.
We don't need filler, okay? We don't need cauliflower on the plate, just like we don't need that damn play-in game. It's useless.
Thank you.
It does nothing for me.
Thank you.
Give me more carrot. I'll take the broccoli. I can get behind that thing.
Exactly.
But when you have an albino-looking tree, I can't get behind it. I don't know if it's vitamin deficient or some kid's younger brother that says, hey, man, if you invited me, I got to bring it because my mom's going to get me in trouble. I don't want it.
That's right.
More tomato.
More tomato.
Sausage.
Something.
The gabagool. Something, Mitch.
I'm with you, man.
Jeez.
Are you in my brain?
I didn't think I'd get this fired up. And you know what? Let me tell you something.
I didn't know celery was your trigger.
Party invite guest. You think you can come to my house with a stack of vegetables that's pre-trained from Superstore? I know where you got it. I walked by it.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring something to my house, take the time, grab a knife, learn a skill, cut it up, and bring it on a decent plate for me.
Couldn't agree more.
At least make the dip. But when you insult me, forget it. If you can't do it, just do the bottle of wine. How does this relate to the NBA? Memphis, Minnesota. Cut the TV time. Okay? Enough is enough.
Put on an old series. Put on the Pistons and the Bulls from
Give me the Pistons and the Bulls.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
What's going on there? You know what? Golden State's up 3-0 on the Nuggets.
Told
the
you.
Mavs are up 2-1. Done. We're done with NBA.
Done.
You know, this is why we didn't talk to you, NBA.
This is what you
This
wanted.
is what you wanted.
Must be nice. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Buddy, I had no idea that celery would trigger you to this extent.
You know,
What?
it brings me back. It's like
man.
PTSD.
I saw that. Got to do some ART training. Like they do a hand waving.
And then
thing.
don't even get me into the old celery. If you're gonna get celery, get a high.
No, please. I'm begging you, please don't. Please don't do it. Don't do it. All right, from there we go to Rapid Banter. And here we go. It was revealed this week that Gretzky drank Diet Coke on the bench, and Ovi drinks Coke. Diet Cokes or sugar-free Red Bulls now.
No, stick with the winner, Diet Coke.
Our boy Caleb just came out with a new single on Spotify called Feedback, Fire or Super Fire.
Yeah, this is feedback. Love it, Caleb. Love it.
job,
We got to
buddy.
get him on the show.
We'll get him on the show.
By the way,
yeah.
sorry, my rapid banter is at Caleb Moh, CALEBMOH. Listen to it.
Yeah, it was really good. Well done, buddy. In golf, if a player says you have it, but you proceed to putt and miss, does it count as a shot or not?
No, that's a terrible friend jinx.
That's a jinx.
That's a jinx.
It's a jinx.
Bad move.
But you shouldn't be hitting it. If you got it, you got to take it. It sucks.
Oh,
'cause
you're
it's
saying
like-
from that one.
That's a
Oh, if he says you got it, pick it up.
pick it up and walk away.
Pick it up.
But if he says you got it and you hit it
Oh, no,
and you
then
miss, then it's a shot.
Then it counts.
Then it counts.
Unless you do what I do.
What's that?
And proclaim this is an off-the-record shot.
Okay, you got off the record it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm just hitting it.
a lot of rules if you play with
You already
Dimitri.
gave it to me. You already gave it to me.
We already told you we're Greek. My big fat Greek wedding came out 20 years ago today. What's your favorite part of the Greek cult classic?
I think my favorite part is definitely the painted garage with the Greek flag.
I would say that's good. Or, what you mean you don't eat no meat? I don't know why. I just think that was funny. Chris Paul has lost 14 consecutive playoff games when referee Scott Frazier is calling the game. Coincidence or the fix is in?
2 first names?
The Oakland A's had a capacity crowd the other day of 3,748. Ridiculous, or do you think that the Arizona Coyotes can help them with their attendance?
Well, good thing they have a 81 game home schedule, because if you add all those numbers in, then they'll have a full stadium.
Yeah, you keep going. Just keep adding to that. You're right. Exactly. No repeat customers. No repeats. Then you can't fill it. You know what I'm saying? Which sports team franchise has the most obnoxious fan base?
Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal.
I was just going to say Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Let's go. We were talking lots of hockey, but the Dallas Cowboy fans.
Yeah, they're up there.
Holy
We should talk
smokes.
about this one time. We should get into
Who's
this.
the worst fan? But you know what? I respect the Dallas Cowboys because at least they've won something.
Sure.
Right? Then
30 years ago.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
it's
saying.
still something.
Oh, the Viking fan.
The
Viking fan.
Purple team?
Yeah, I take it back.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. Saw this the other day. Lady in the crowd cheers, "Let's go, boys." Some nerd that's sitting in front of him, he's drinking his Mountain Dew, turns around and goes, "You mean men?" Corelli put it to discussion. Let's go, boys, or let's go, men.
You've clearly never played a sport. It's let's go, boys, you idiot.
Buddy, you should see how mad he was. He did this. He's like, "You mean men?" Like, he was so weird, man. He was so upset about
That's awesome. I wish I could play video games and then talk about sports. That's wicked.
it. Okay.
Is that how you label Captain Picard and Chewbacca?
Last one. Florida man reclaims the world record after watching the new Spider-Man No Way Home 292 consecutive times. You need a girlfriend, or why not 293?
Man, what a waste of time. What a loser.
Buddy. What's
What?
happened in this
Can
world?
I tell you?
What happened in this world?
If you're going to do that, at least do it something productive like Goodfellas. Or Casino.
Good point. Because I think we watched that about 292 times.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's Maga Malaka time. Here we go. It's Iron Mike Tyson. That's one option.
Okay.
Or it's your last day before you go to jail for 2 years.
Oh, give me that one. Great.
Okay, here we go.
Great.
Here we go.
That's excellent.
I don't know. I won't lie to you. This came up in discussion with me and my buddy the other day, and I said, let's talk about. I don't know how we started talking about it. I go, what would you do if it was your last day before you go to jail?
Done. Okay.
All right.
I think
There's actually a movie, I think.
I'm probably going to say Maga to everything.
All right, mow the lawn. Maga Malaka. I mean,
No.
you're going to be gone for 2 years.
You know what? I'm going to go Maga. It's just kind of the right thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, okay.
I mean, before it goes to foreclosure, you want it to look nice, right? You know what I
Listen,
mean?
if I do that before vacation, I should do it for all vacations.
That's what
I
I'm
like
thinking.
that.
All
I
right.
like that. Okay.
It's Maga Malaka steak dinner
Maga.
right before.
Yeah, Maga.
What do you get?
Yeah.
What's the trimmings on the side?
What am I not getting?
That's
I'm
the
ordering everything and just seeing if I touch it.
It's true.
But I'll tell you what I'm not getting.
What's that?
Is that damn cauliflower.
I hope not. No wonder you're going to jail.
Can I get a Caesar extra celery, please? Another thing the Caesar's good at.
Yeah.
See? Versatile.
Yeah, versatile.
It's got that.
All right, what about this one? Cleaning the house. I mean, you're gone for 2 years, 2-year stint. Clean the house.
Malaka. I haven't done it then, and I won't do it now, and I won't do it going forward.
How about this one? Working out. A good workout before you go in. I mean, you got to look good.
You gotta
look good going in, right?
Guy, Maga, because a guy like me going into a place like that,
Right.
I need to get a little pump on. Because I'm. Oh, they're loving me when I get.
They'll like you a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do have nice hair, Mr. Corollas.
All right, a couple more. How about crying right before you go? Maga Malaka crying. It's a Maga, right? I think so. I mean, let's call it what it is. You're going to cry. I'm going to cry. We're all crying.
Curling my toes, crying.
All right, second last one. It's an easy one. Party with the boys before you go for a 2-year stint.
Party with the boys, not party with the men, because you dumb Mountain Dew drinking fan, are not coming. And
That's a
by
good
the
point.
way,
Yeah.
Mountain Dew is the cauliflower of pops. So why don't you take it, cap on, cap off, and shove it in the locker? Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is episode 204. What? That's insane. Or is this 05?
No, that's 04.
It is. See, I don't even know the numbers. Look, thank you, Roster. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. As always, joining us when we have a good time. I know you have a good time listening too. Tell a friend, share for a friend. YouTube. The YouTube video channel, Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, at Sports Show YYC, Instagram and Twitter. We're everywhere. And the greatest radio station of all, CJSW 90.9 FM. But like I said, we got to shove this one in the locker because we do got to hit the showers.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, and Kalopaska to the Greek contingent.
Exactly. Buddy, the Mike Tyson one, what I was going to say to you is what Mike could have done instead of beating the guy up.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Politely ask him to leave. Excuse me, sir.
Hey, you're going to have to. You know what? You got to call.
Because he's got the voice for it. Right? So he's like,
He sounds. You got to call the stewardess.
yeah.
That's
call-
what you got to do.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. This gentleman right here. I need him out of here.
You know what? It's only fitting that he has the softest voice.
Yeah,
and,
it's
and
crazy.
the one guy that you're like, oh my goodness. Like, but I want to interview that guy. It's like, what did the punches feel like? Speaking of like litigation, have you been watching this Amber Heard Johnny Depp stuff?
I saw you brought it up to me the other day, so I pulled it up.
Crazy.
Did that girl actually poo in his bed?
That's what he's claiming. She claims it was the dogs.
That's what kind of dog you got?
I don't know.
Well, what are you feeding it? I saw a kind of a picture of it, and I was like, first off, okay, let's assume it was her that she did it. You know, you need help. Like,
Yeah.
It's one thing you're mad at him, rip up his sheets,
Yeah.
Do whatever.
I mean, they're still your sheets.
Yeah, I guess. But why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly are you proving at this moment?
There's a lot of weird stuff in there.
We're going to start next week's podcast with Johnny Hockey about this.
Yeah, Johnny Hockey.
Johnny, did you ever have a crazy
Depp.
girlfriend that pooed in your bed?
His parents are not going to let us. I'm not gonna let us come back.
Just joking.
Yeah, no, I don't think you are, Mitch. I think that's see, you got that look in your eye. Man, there's some weird stuff going on. But you know what I feel about? Like, a lot of this is public. We live in a public world now. Yeah. Everything's out to...
Yeah, it's true, right? Everything's recorded. Everything's there now. Yeah, you can't poo in somebody's bed and get away with it anymore.
Apparently,
That's
she
horrible.
was banging Franco, and he was mad about it.
Who's Franco?
James Franco.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't get caught up that much.
Yeah, you gotta look. Buddy, you know what I realized? How much I love Entertainment Tonight, and why did I stop watching it with my mom and my sister?
Are you not entertained? All right, let's get the lamb ready. We got to do the lamb show now.
Buddy, we got to do it. Yeah,
we
got to get going.
All right.
We got to get going.
You don't know me when it drop, then I'm mostly what they bopping. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.